So we're also going to update our our scorecard for those that are keeping score at home. This is a bit sad. So far, the worst sort of run we've had on stream since we've started streaming, really. But yeah, for those that are just joining us, my name is Ziggy. I live in Australia. I'm just playing some games of Settlers of Catan on colonist.io. It's a great platform to be able to play some Catan online if you're interested. So yeah, at the moment there are just about 2,500 players online. Obviously not all of them are looking for a game right now. Some of them are in the middle of a game, but usually it takes about 2-3 minutes to get a game going here in the lobby. So we'll see how long it takes. But with that being said, I do upload some of the content that I make here to YouTube. So if you are watching on YouTube in the future, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And if you want to catch us streaming live, come to twitch.tv, TryNiceGames. And one of the ideas that I have here is that we can potentially play sort of games with followers and subscribers and that sort of thing. Kind of build a little community of gamers that just want to, play a bit and have a bit of fun. So yeah, if you're interested in joining us, please come to Twitch, and you can connect through Twitter and Instagram and other social media, and we can try to sort out a time and, a way where it's convenient for everyone to play. I'm also hoping to, at some point, be able to play some of these other board games and introduce people maybe to some board games that they're not that familiar with. So doing that either in videos or on stream, or both, and then maybe be able to facilitate kind of a live game of a physical board game, kind of remotely through Zoom or something like that. But again, that's a bit of a more complicated production, and since this is just a new channel and I'm starting out, I'm thinking it's much easier to get things started with playing a game like Catan on a web browser, and hopefully building a little community here. So yeah, hopefully you can join us live sometime. So we do have a second player that's joined us, Jake the Rake. Okay, Jake the Rake. And we're waiting for 2 more people. We're going to start a game. And yeah, if you are watching us live right now, please don't hesitate to say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're from. If you aren't familiar with the game Settlers of Catan, I'm always happy to introduce people to the game, teach people some basic rules and strategies, and during the game I tend to talk through everything as well, so hopefully you can get some good tips off of that. But as you can see here, I'm 0 for 4 today, so maybe you shouldn't learn from me after all. I'm just saying hi to everyone in the in-game chat here. Basically try to keep it as friendly as possible with everyone. Like I said, we're just, playing a board game, trying to have a bit of fun. Yeah, so I think this 5, 9, 10 spot seems, like a pretty natural kind of first selection. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that's kind of jumping out at me. I mean, there's an argument to make for this 8, 10, 4. How many wool and wheat sort of combos are there? On the rebound, how many of them are we going to get? So, I mean, there's like a little argument to be made to kind of go with something like this, and then we can maybe get like wool and clay somewhere. But no, I think I'll go with my first instincts here. I think the ore, wheat, and wool combo is kind of the best, high impact starting point. That should give us access to some development cards eventually as well, and sort of, give us at least a chance, to put a win on the board today. Yeah, I mean, for our second settlement, we'll obviously have to wait and see, what the other players choose to do here. But, I don't really, yeah, so we're not going to have a lumber and clay combo off of those two. I find it hard to believe that either of these are going to remain. This seems, kind of weak. So we might have to go with sort of this concept where we're going to be missing either the lumber or the clay, and then try to jump on basically something that enhances our ore, wheat, and wool production somehow as well. So like I said, we're sort of waiting now to see where the other players put their settlements. Since we're the first to put it down, we are also the 8th to put it down, basically. We get to go first and last. And now the player that goes 4th basically goes 4th and 5th. So that's just a general introduction for people that aren't too familiar with the game, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the yeah. So Jake the Rake, the blue player, is you know, kind of insinuating that it's kind of tricky for them to make a decision here on where they want to go. But yeah, from my perspective, I'm kind of liking the idea of trying to get onto. Yeah, so he blocked us from being able to get onto that. Maybe the 5, 6, 11. Although I find it hard to believe that that's gonna be available to us. But yeah, we just have to wait and see. Wait and see what happens. What the blue player did here, by the way, just by taking this settlement second, they're going to have a road in their hand, so they're going to be able to potentially go rather quickly onto the 8-4 spot here with 8 ore, which is a pretty strong spot for them. So it'll be interesting to see what orange does. I'm sort of concerned that they're going to take that, which definitely makes sense for them, but really doesn't leave us with too many great options following that. So if they do take the 5, 6, 11, yeah, I mean, do we go 5, 6, 11? So we could take that in theory and try to build. Yeah, so they do take the 5, 6, 11, which I do honestly think that that's a pretty decent spot for them. I think that what they're not accounting for here is that we're probably taking this. So he might try to build out to that way, to that direction, but we're going to try to build over to here, get a 3-1 port, try to double up. On the 11 here, get more ore, get a bit more wool later on. And yeah, we're starting with a road in hand. And the other option, of course, is to try to look for something. I think this is kind of clearly the best spot. I mean, the other option is the 8-4, but again, I don't think that that's gonna do the trick for us this game. So we'll try this. We do have a road in our hand, and we're just gonna build it out straight away over to here. Try to get onto that wool port, doubling up on the 11. That seems like a pretty good plan, at least to get us started here in this game. All right. Yeah, so more wheat. I think I can try to put a trade forward. I'm just going to keep trying to get lumber from someone. Probably the orange player is the the most likely person to be able to trade with us. But yeah, we're just gonna have to. I mean, if we get another ore, we're obviously dropping a city on a 5, 9, 10. That seems like a pretty straightforward sort of plan. If a 10 or 11 roll in our favor here. Yeah, we're not gonna give the ore away. And yeah, if we're able to drop a city on the 5, 9, 10, it increases our production quite significantly, kind of straight away. So in that regard, we might be able to do kind of that 4-for-1 burn to then also be able to settle here eventually. So it'll be interesting to see who the red player kind of targets early on in this game. looks like us. And they get an ore from us, which is slightly annoying. Yeah, blue player. So our wheat was blocked. That's okay. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't think that this trade necessarily exists, but I think it's worth trying. Yeah, so we're just going to move on. Yeah, so orange is playing a knight here. Yeah, so thankfully he doesn't go after us, which is kind of good news. And it'll be interesting to see if the red player has a knight in their hand and if they go after us again. But if we are lucky enough to get to our turn without losing any cards here, we do have that city in our hand, so that would be a pretty nice start. Okay, so even if they do block us, they can only steal one of our cards, which is nice. So yeah, we'll see what the red player decides to do. So they do play a knight, they do block us, and they do rob us. Or do they? Oh, okay, so they go for the orange player that time. Okay. And now the blue player has an opportunity to go for some robbery here as well. Okay, so he goes for orange. Nice. Yeah, so we're obviously just straight away gonna put the city down and yeah, keep going. Orange is probably gonna go after us now, just since we have that city as well. It always looks a bit menacing, you know, when somebody has that early city on a very strong spot like that. But again, lots of sevens to get started this game. Man. Well, that's good news. At least we're not being targeted again. Okay, so now we're going to be able to get a development card, which I think is going to be pretty crucial. It is a victory point, which, you know, isn't ideal kind of in the early stages of the game when you sort of want to be able to kind of develop and, you know, get rid of the robber with a knight and things like that. Sort of just sits in your inventory, does nothing. But, you know, I guess in the end, or towards the end of the game, maybe we're going to find it useful. Having that extra point. I think he's trying to do 4 for 1 and they put 5 by mistake. Yeah. Probably gonna work their way around over to there. Seems sensible. It's a pretty decent spot as far as production goes. Yeah, so that will allow us to get another development card now. And it's also really good that we're able to get rid of this robber. So orange is on the clay port. I definitely think orange is the person to go after, so I guess this is the spot to go after. We will take another development card. Okay, 2 roads isn't terrible for us. I guess the way to think about it is that, like, we're only going to utilize it once we're able to kind of settle somewhere. So we're definitely, you know, not that close in terms of the resources that we need to get to a settlement, but yeah, orange goes after us as well. They're already on 2 knights, or yeah, 2 on the army count here. So definitely a pretty strong start for the orange player here. Interesting. So we do have 5 wheat here. The problem is we're sort of lacking 2 resources at the moment. So yeah, all things being equal, we're going to go after orange. We get more wheat. I could try to trade wheat for lumber, try to trade wheat for wool, just see if anybody's interested in making that kind of trade with us. Ooh, so red is game. So this is really good for us. We're just gonna, do that. And now there's a really interesting sort of question that we need to ask ourselves, and I think we need to do it. I mean, I think that this aggressive move here is like a game-winning kind of scenario for us. So we're just gonna jump in here and kill the dreams that the blue player had. That also gives us the 8 ore, the 4 wool, and basically also locks that spot up for us in theory in the future. So really, really strong settlement and kind of a, strong little play there to block someone, and while also basically reserving that spot that we already were sort of planning to go after. So yeah, we're still, we still don't have a port, which is going to be pretty nice to have, but we've sort of staked kind of this extremely valuable spot where we're going to be able to produce more ore and hopefully get, a second city up pretty quickly. We did get a random lumber from the 12, which is nice as well. So hopefully we're going to be able to get that 3-1 port and settle there as well. Kind of in the near future. Probably not this round, but maybe, 1 round away. The red player is taking a development card. Yeah, we get a bit more ore there. Yeah, I think nobody's going to want to trade with us, so I don't want to, don't want to upset people. So yeah, green is going to attack us somewhere. He might go after the 8 ore now. Yep, and going to hit us, I assume. Yeah, so I don't mind losing, losing 1 ore here at this stage. That's not the worst outcome. Of course, the problem is that red has development cards and is probably going to attack us as well. So everybody's going to be kind of going after us and attacking us. So just accumulating the cards is going to be a bit of a challenge. Yeah. So maybe the 10 ore, maybe the 5 wheat. And he takes the ore as well. We get some ore back, so that's not bad. But yeah, we'll just have to just see what we get here. We do have 2 options as far as getting the wheat, and a pretty good spot for clay. Yeah, 7s. So we're just going to continue to get hit here, unfortunately. Just everybody going hard after us. we get another victory point. So like I'm really hoping that we can raise our defenses here some way, but yeah, it's just not happening. I mean, yeah, very frustrating for sure. Would have been nice to get a knight. Would have been nice to get, just something that helps us kind of defend ourselves or develop. But yeah, everybody is really going after us aggressively here. And yeah, so that's actually really cool that we got lucky there to roll to roll the lumber. So we're going to be able to settle on the 3-1 port, which is actually quite nice. Yeah, definitely going to do this and just yeah, keep on going here. So he's probably still going to go after the 8 ore. But yeah, those kind of scenarios are actually, pretty frustrating in the sense that, when you have 3 players just hitting you turn after turn after turn, and like both with knights and 7s rolling, it becomes a bit painful. So, yeah. In this instance, I'm actually considering kind of building that road over to the 9 just to reserve another spot for us, and getting that wool port might prove to be useful as far as just being able to, having too many spots for the other players to kind of block. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. I might try to, yeah, I'm not gonna, give clay for wool, but I'm hoping I can trade the wool for something. Yeah, not interested in that trade either, even though it technically gives us a development card. I mean, do we go for a development card, or do we try to, yeah, maybe the development card is the better option at this stage. Yeah, although I'm never gonna catch the army race here. So we're gonna have to eventually secure some points on the board here. So maybe this is the way to go. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to settle on that. So that would give us our 8th point, and then maybe from there we're eventually gonna, gonna be able to get that second city up as well. So. Yeah, very interesting game. Like I said, I think we did okay as far as being able to kind of, build and expand and whatnot. But the price for that has been that everybody's been going after us. And on top of that, we've also had to deal with this, kind of abundance of 7s rolling kind of during that period where everybody was going after us as well. So yeah, there's not really much we can do at the moment. I think we move the turn over to the next player, wait for a round, and then hopefully we're going to be able to settle here. If a 5 rolls, I mean, there's a good argument to be made to kind of try to put a city down as well, but maybe the settlement is sort of more critical because Orange might try to, kind of sneak that extra road in there. But yeah, we need to get 3 points somehow, and maybe the tricky path here is to get a point and build a road to get longest road, because nobody's got longest road yet. So that's I mean, if we get enough cards, we might be able to do it this turn, which is interesting. Sort of an interesting thing to consider. That gets us close. Well, that gets us the settlement for sure. So, yeah, something to be aware of, I guess. That one extra road is worth 2 points. But I obviously don't want to take that longest road unless it's for the win, so to speak. So yeah, maybe I guess in that sense, getting the settlement is nice. Okay, so now we're really getting close to the win here. Yeah, so I mean, I think the settlement is the 3 for clay, and 3 for wheat, and then we have, yeah, I think we have the win here in a very kind of devious way, because we're getting the the wool port. Nice. Really nice. Yeah, so we put a win on the board, finally, today. Let me just do that straight away. The excitement of finally getting that win after 4 pretty brutal losses there. So, yeah, that was a pretty interesting game. I may or may not upload that to YouTube, but if you are watching on YouTube in the future, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and as I said earlier in the video, please join us live on Twitch if you want to catch a live stream, twitch.tv, TryNiceGames. And if you do want to play with us at some point in the future, don't hesitate to get in touch through Twitter, Instagram, other platforms. Yeah, just want to play some games and have some fun. Then yeah, get in touch.